Hello, what up my people, welcome back to my channel once again. So today I'm going to be sharing my trade recap on gold. So today being 23rd May 2025, I'll be sharing my trade recap on gold. I'll be sharing my confirmations and my confluences that I actually used to enter those trades. So join me on my screen.
So welcome back to my screen, guys. So this is the first trade that we took for 20th of May on Tuesday. Actually on Monday we didn't take any trade. This is where the Monday trade starts from. This is where the Monday chart starts from. This is Sunday, and you see this is Monday May 25. I didn't take any trade for Monday. Because the market condition was not favorable for me. Irrespective, on Tuesday Asian session, I saw this particular setup. Now, if you actually follow all my videos, you will know that normally I use key levels. So now this is my key level, this is my key level, this is my key level. Some call it psychological level, some call it key level. But let's leave it as key level. Most of the people know it as key level, but irrespective, it's also a psychological level. Now, when you say psychological level, it means it's actually a rejection area. So irrespective, we know we have an obstruction irrespective on this particular level here. So most of the time, I use my key level as my confluence. So irrespective, let's go through the first trade that I actually took on Tuesday, 20th May 2025. Okay, so at the Asian session, if you look at the other side of this particular candle, you will notice that we have a gap here, this new week opening gap. And also, if you look at here, you will see that we have a candle that has mitigated that gap already. We have a candle that has mitigated that gap. Irrespective, that gap now has a confluence with our key level. The gap has a confluence with our key level. So irrespective, on Tuesday Asian session at around 4 a.m, I saw this particular setup coming into this key level. Can you see? This is 4 a.m, exactly 4 a.m. The candle actually mitigated this particular key level. So when the candle mitigated this key level, what did I do? I waited for the candle to finish forming. I didn't just keep my sell limit. I waited for the candle to keep forming, and irrespective, after it formed, we got an hammer candle here. Can you see it? This hammer candle here actually rejected this particular key level. When it rejected this key level, I didn't enter immediately still. I waited for a retest. So now, when I waited for a retest, this particular OCL, this particular open and close candle, can you see? This particular gap here is my confluence. I kept my sell limit here. Immediately the market came in, it tapped me in with this particular hammer candle again. Can you see? Double confluence, showing me that there is actually a reversal, not a downtrend anymore. We are moving back to an uptrend. So irrespective, I entered the market and we rallied this market for a 4:1 RR. Yeah, 4:1 RR. So I rallied this particular trade from this zone here to this zone. So now, what are my confluence for this particular trade? I have 3 confluence for this trade. My key level here, my key level, my second confluence is this particular hammer candles, and this my opening gap. Those are my 3 confluences. My strongest confluence in this particular trade is my key level. My key level actually showed me that we are going to have a bounce on this particular psychological level. That's the key level, and that is why I actually took that trade, and we rallied that trade to this zone. And that zone, this trade, we held on to this trade from 4:20 a.m. to 8:40 a.m. That's on Tuesday, 20th of May. So irrespective, after this particular trade, I got out of the market around 8:30. So we held on to the trade from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, over 5 hours, waiting for the 4:1 RR. So irrespective, we have a decisional order block here. Now, if you look at this decisional order block, why did I get out of this market? Is because of this decisional order block. I knew we were going to have an obstruction because of this particular order block. Because if you look at it, you will see that that this was the first pullback that happened after these huge sells. First pullback that happened after these huge sells. So irrespective, I knew that we were going to have obstruction, so I exited the first trade here. Now, how did I catch this second trade? Now, this is where I use MSNR. Okay, so my second confluence is engulfing. I use engulfing candles to catch my second trade. So what I do is, after catching this, I normally wait for my break and retest. Normally, other people will wait for this to be something like this. Maybe the market would range like this. Maybe after coming to this decisional order block from here, get something like this. And then maybe a big pullback before we head to the upside. But irrespective, that did not happen. What I waited for was this is an engulfing open and close candle. I mark the first open and close candle. That's the close of this particular candle, the engulfing, this particular close candle. I look for another confluence again, open and close candle, engulfing, also an engulfing candle. Can you see this double engulfing candle? This is our resistance. This is our support level. This is our support level now for the market. So these are my confluence, double engulfing candle that holds on to the market. So now this particular strategy, I call it a break and retest. To me, I see it breaking here and came back to retest this particular support for it to go higher. So irrespective, these are my confluence for the second trade. After disrespecting this particular decisional order block, it came into our support zone, double engulfing candle. Can you see? Double engulfing candle. What did it do immediately? Tapped us in and gave us a 13:7 RR. Can you see? Our stop loss was very tight. Very tight stop loss. Very tight stop loss. Now, can you see this second trade? We have about 3 confluence. But if it is normal supply and demand, if it is for people that actually works with supply and demand only, can you see? The market did not get to this particular supply. The market did not get to this particular supply. Irrespective, what did it do? It only mitigated the support zone. Can you see? So sometimes supply and demand does not work when you hold on to one strategy. Supply and demand sometimes does not work. But irrespective, we respected our support zone. That's the MSNR support. So that is it for this second trade, and we rallied that second trade from this zone here, from this zone to this. So that's how we caught this particular second trade. And let's move forward. Let's see our next trade. After that, for Tuesday, we only took 2 trades, and we didn't take any other trades again because there wasn't much confluence. So irrespective, this is Thursday. We didn't take any trade on Wednesday because we didn't see any setup for Wednesday, and we took about 3 trades on Thursday, and this is the first trade for Thursday, and it resulted to an SL. But I'm actually going to show why I actually took this trade. Why I took this trade. Okay, so for this particular trade, this is a Thursday trade. This is Thursday trade. Okay, so irrespective, we have our key level here. This is a Thursday trade, and I entered this trade about London Open. Yes, but irrespective, I was able to get a 1:1 RR for this from this trade. But irrespective, later it actually stopped us out. So these are my confluence for this particular trade. Firstly, I look at this my first demand zone, and you see now this my demand zone here is actually lying on my key level. That's 2 confluence, demand zone and a key level. Irrespective, demand zone and a key level. And we also have inducement. Now, if I want to mark this particular demand zone, I'm not going to mark it together with the wick. I only mark the body candle. I only mark body candle in this particular scenario. Now on the 5 minutes time frame, you can see that the demand zone is shown that it has been mitigated. It has been mitigated. That's our resistance zone. But irrespective, when we go to the 15 minutes time frame, sorry, let's go to the 15 minutes time frame and be sure of what we are actually up to. Okay, so as we can see on the 15 minutes time frame, this is it here. This is it on the 15 minutes time frame. We have a resistance here. We have an engulfing candle here, and we also have a resistance here. So irrespective, this resistance candle did not actually take this our market to this particular demand zone again. So irrespective, we actually particularly rallied this particular trade from this zone here, from this zone to a 1:1 RR, and from there, irrespective, the market actually reversed immediately. So we actually closed this trade on break even. Yeah, we closed this trade on break even. So irrespective, we actually got a run through with the other block. So that's it for that. So the second trade, same scenario, mitigated supply zone, mitigated order block, gave us little reaction and broke past our zone. So that is how I actually caught these two SLs. These two SLs were was because of this particular disrespecting of these key zones. These key levels were all disrespected. That was what resulted to these two SLs. Yeah. So on the third one, this is the Friday trade. This trade is for Friday. This is Friday trades. So irrespective, our confluence on this third trade also was our key level. For this particular trade. Irrespective, we also got an SL for this particular third trade. For this third trade, let's go to the 5 minutes time frame so that you see the confluence that I actually looked at before taking this third trade, because I knew this third trade was one of good setup that I expected it to play out very well. Okay, so for this last trade, we have a demand zone here. Can you see? We have a demand zone. Irrespective, it actually came, run through this particular demand zone, and boom, it actually resulted to an SL. So for the Friday trade, I actually caught this particular trade on Friday at about 12 p.m. getting to New York Open. Yes, New York Open. That was how we caught this trade. So now the confluence for catching this trade. Let's go. Now for us to get the confluence for catching this trade, we'll go to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame will tell us all the stories around it. Okay, so this is how I actually caught this last trade. Engulfing, open and close candle, engulfing. Can you see? Double engulfing candles. I marked this resistance zone and this support zone. I marked also this support zone. So irrespective, these are my two resistance candles. So let's go to the 5 minutes time frame to see how it played out. Can you see what happened? So this is my resistance zone, and the moment when the market came into when the candle came into this market, can you see? This is the zone that we actually worked with. This is the zone here. This particular candle came into the support zone. Can you see? Immediate rejection. Can you see it here? This is it. Immediate rejection. immediate rejection. So that is how I also caught this trade. That is double engulfing candle. That's the support zone. We used MSNR for this particular last trade. So irrespective, we actually rallied the trade from this particular zone here, from this zone here to this zone. And you see, why am I using my key level? To show my TP and my SL. This key level gives me extra confluences to know where I'm going to drop, get out of the market, and where I am actually going to drop my stop loss. So that is how I actually took all this trade and all the confluences I actually used for the trade. So thanks for watching my trade recap, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.